but I guess it has to be done. So, welcome Game Council. My name is Azarias, and I'll be your Game Councilor for this video. So, if you read the title, a very clickbaitish title, you're gonna understand what we're talking about. So, let me give some context to what's happening here. I was just watching some videos on YouTube, you know, just like the rest of you guys, just like you're doing right now. And in the video, you know, we had people complaining about, you know, racing video games and whatnot, you know. And there was a complaint about The Witcher. I was watching Actman's video. I'll probably put the link in the description after this is done. Right now we're going live. And there was, so there was a complaint about The Witcher being all white. You see. And I was watching Actman's video about going over demographics, and which is a fair thing, to be honest. I mean, demographics are a serious thing, by all means. Like demographics, yeah. When you build a game, you do build a game. You know, when you build a game, you build a game for certain demographics, right? And so, no, it makes sense. But well, let's talk about racial representation in games and when it's due or when it's not due. Okay, when it's needed or when it's not needed, or when it's, forget about not needed, when it goes against the actual game itself, right? And so I believe The Witcher, I want to use The Witcher as a good example. In fact, I might actually use Skyrim since that's what we're playing, as I found myself terribly more addicted to this game than I should. This is an issue. This is my cry for help, probably. So yeah, Skyrim. So here I am. I'm making this character, Redguard, right? In Skyrim, Redguard, I'm guessing, represent the black people, right? Or the Moors, to be more specific. Black is such a big term. But anyway, as you can see, he is wearing the Nordish outfit. Well, to be honest, based on my education, which is better than most, I will admit, you wouldn't see this kind of look for any more Mauritanian, any black person back in those days. You see this look here, I mean, you do have other mercenaries, but we're not talking about that. This look here is, it's inspired by the Nords, right? The Norwegians, the Vikings, you know? And so, with that being said, hold on, just get these eyes. Yes, you see now he looks suspicious. No, looks much better. He's like, I see what you're doing. You are not fooling anyone. Like those eyes. Anyway, but going back to the point, where was I? Yeah, so you have this person here, of course. This person wouldn't. This would not be the historical appropriate get-up, if you will, for, you know, this kind of character, right? Granted, Redguards aren't actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, they're not actually non-fiction. They're not actually real. They are fictional characters. Redguards are fictional characteristic. But that being said, they're based off an actual people, right? They're based off the Moors, right? The Moors, Moor GG, whatever you want to call them, right? But the point is that this is not how they look. So to represent a character to go into Skyrim now and just have a node look like this would be a bit off. Wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't make sense at all. It would need explaining and a whole bunch of things. Just wouldn't make sense. Right? I mean, sure, you have this one-off character. Well, okay, let me be more specific here. Hold on, let me finish off this character. Mouth down here. Mouth forward. We got the lips like. Okay, let's get the chin. Length. Okay, start trending more. They should be trending a whole lot more. That is not historically accurate hair. So I'm just gonna go with the afro here because since we're talking about historically accurate, let's do that. But yeah, so there's a big complaint about race in video games. Going back to that now. There you go, that should work. Alright. And we shall call him... What's a good name? Call him... Azariah. That's what we'll call him. Michael died on me. That is what I get right there. That's what happens when you do live. Anyway, the character's name, we'll call him Azariah. Could call him Azarias, but hiccups now. Oh, that's too much work. Azariah is fine. So here we have our character. Okay. So now here we have Azarias. Now this Azarias here is not completely historically accurate. I mean, sure, maybe like well, let me get to my point here. We're looking better now. Anyway, oof, did I do this look right? I picked the wrong nose. Oof, I picked the wrong nose. That is not more. That is, oof, that is an Aztec nose. Darn. Oh well. Different tribes, same people. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, historical accuracy, right? Let's take Skyrim for example. Skyrim having... Well, here's the question. Okay, here's the question. This is the question, right? Are games racist? Okay, and to answer that question, we have to go for... We have to look at objectives, right? The objective of the game is to hit a demographic, right? And then the objective of the game is to be, I guess, accurate to the story given, right? So the story matches as close to the truth as possible, right? Assuming that is the actual goal here. Assuming that's the objective. Okay. So with the objective that the idea is to make things accurate as possible. Let's say Skyrim and The Witcher, for example. Should there be black people in The Witcher and Skyrim? Well, first off, I guess these are kind of two different times. They're close, but they're a little bit further away. The Witcher. The Witcher takes place in what? Pre-Renaissance Poland, right? Alright, let me get my phone here. Now I'm gonna... hopefully I don't get in trouble for this. I usually don't talk about this subject publicly because there's a lot of scholars that prefer it not be public. The full understanding of medieval Europe, and for good reason. There are a lot of unclaimed spots that could be claimed, and just the inconvenience of there's a lot of paperwork is my point. A lot of paperwork and a lot of things would have to be redone, and I understand. They rather keep the misconception than fix it, and that's okay. Now, I was going to go on my phone. I'm just going to look for... I'm just going to go to a page here. I'm searching for... let me go to Google instead. Probably it's 2020, might be there on Google. Okay, so The Witcher, right, takes place in Poland. Alright, and now let me tell you something about Poland. Poland, as you know it, is a very Caucasian country. Very Caucasian country. And so, the idea that black people being in Poland is it's crazy, right? Well, here's the thing. You guys always know. And every time someone wants to go ahead and talk about black people in medieval Europe, it always gets to that good old meme where someone says we were kings, that's it. Alright, there's always that wonderful meme that pops up. And so, I do want to get an article, but you know, to be honest, I shouldn't. And it'll be, but you know what, when I edit this, when I edit this video, we're doing a live, you're watching it raw. When I edit this video, I'll go ahead and put those resources in there, so you guys can have a confirmation on the truth of whether or not the statement is true there. Okay, so now, going back, right, so Poland. What many don't know is that Poland, okay, pre-Renaissance, this goes for most of Europe, pre-Renaissance Europe, okay, was inhabited, right, it was co-inhabited with Caucasian Europeans. It was cohabited with Moors, you see. Moors. Okay, now there's many different words. Chichi. Let's see. Mauritanians. What's another one? Now, there's a confusion. There's a confusion here with this word, and that is okay. Right? There's confusion with the Moors, the Muslim Moors, right? The Morabab, and what's the word? Gosh, let's forgive me, guys. I'm literally we're coming straight off this video. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not awake, and I thought, you know what, this would be a good thing to put on, it's a good thing to discuss. So here I am. And so yeah, my point is this, right? When you go into history, you have what we call the Moors that inhabited all over pre-Renaissance Europe, pre-Inquisition Europe, right? Spanish Inquisition. Well, no, pre-Inquisition Europe, pre-Inquisition. Okay, Europe had Moors all over the place. Pre-Inquisition Europe had Moors all over the place, and there were still Moors after the Spanish Inquisition. Okay, you know what I mean? Because understand, when it comes to Moors, and okay, first let's define Moors. Because I say Moors and people get confused. Okay, Moors comes from the Greek word Mauritania. Okay, or is that Latin? It's Greek, right? Mauritania. Okay, so it comes from the Greek word Mauritania. Okay, which just basically means dark person, dark skin. Sorry, Mauritanian. Dark, black. Okay. Now, which, when you go through the transliteration of language, you got Moors and you got these other things, right? Now you have some people who would like to think that the Moors they will tell you, the Moors, yes, that is the Muslims. And then to that you must respond, Muslim is a religion and not a race. So then they'll say that's the Arabs, right? The Arabians. Which is an okay place to be confused. it's understandable to be focused at that part. And I'll tell you why. You see, the Moors did a lot of, you know, Arab so it's understandable that one would say that was the Moors. But the point is, I don't want to go on a tangent here. The point is, no, not your Middle Eastern Arab person. Okay, we're not talking about Arabs here. Okay, we're talking about Moors. It's different. There are Christian Moors, there are Muslim Moors, and there are Moors that just don't give a damn. Right? Right, now first let's understand where Moors are coming from, because you guys are like, okay, so what's Moors? Okay, so Moors are black people. Okay, Moors are black people. Very similar to African Americans in many, many ways. Okay. It's just, that's just, yeah. Moors are black people. Okay. And the Moors, they were, you know, they were a part of much of society along with Caucasians. Right? An example is the Roman Empire. Right? Septimius Severus, the first, where's my armor? Oh god. I didn't make the actual armor itself, how sad. Right, so we have, yeah, so the Moors, they came up in many aspects, you know, with the expansion of the Roman Empire is when they were brought into the fold. To be honest, some were even brought in from Alexander's conquest of the world. To be fair, actually one could go as far to say that even the Persians, Xerxes, had you know, had them brought in and out. But at that point they very well mixed themselves very well. So point is, okay, is that just like every other ethnic group is not the right word, what am I looking for? Race? Okay. Just like every other race, okay, Moors have been a part of it all. Okay? Now granted, you have to excuse yourself and from where you get your education from for the lack of knowledge on this, because guys, racism, you know, like this was 40 years ago, 30, 20, let's do 30, it would be nice, 30, okay, some will tell you it's still going on today in, you know, in Caucasian countries, and so obviously higher education now being controlled by a singular ethnic group who at that time in that position were very racist. Of course you don't know this thing, of course it's not taught in school. Hello? Right? You forget. Why? You guys watch 300. Do you remember that phrase, I will erase you from the history books? People do stuff like that. That's a real thing. Okay? We're going over it right now. Alright? You can just simply look up Moors on your phone. Right? Black Kings of Europe, right? Just go any of those things, you will find, like, you'll find the evidence for that kind of stuff. Anyway, my point is, okay, though, because I'm going a little bit off on a tangent, but still trying to stay there, okay, the point is that growing, you know, you have the Moors growing alongside the Europeans, it's not even fair to call them Europeans, to be honest, because no, it's not fair, because it'll get confusing. You have the Moors growing alongside the Caucasians, okay? All the way back from even before the Persian Empire here. Okay, we're talking about before the Macedonians arrived in Macedonia. Before they left, before they hit the mountains of Irelia, we're talking here, right? The Moors have been around for a while. And they have been, you know, in tangent, you could say the two are brothers, the Moors and the Caucasians. Okay, point is this. Going back now to The Witcher. How does this relate to The Witcher? So, well now, in The Witcher, you see, in The Witcher, where are you? There you are. We're in
What are you looking? Take a look.
Pre-Inquisition Poland. Okay? Now, with The Witcher being in pre-Inquisition Poland, okay, and Poland you know, used to be Poland back then. I'll just say it like this: Poland back then had many Moors, had many Moors. Okay, and it was no secret of any sort, right? Point is that historically speaking, yes. The point is historically speaking, yes, there were black people in Poland during that time, right? How often were they all over the place? About the same. You know, when you go into a Whiterun, you see how you see red guards in Whiterun in Skyrim. If you ever play Skyrim, about that much, about that many. That's an accurate. You know what I mean? It's an accurate kind of look, to be honest. I'm actually kind of shocked there.
Swift handing.
And so, that being said, though, does that mean now The Witcher is racist? Does that mean The Witcher is a racist game? Of course not, no. How the hell are the people who invented The Witcher supposed to know that? Is that man there, I forgot his name. How rich? Did he come from a wealthy family? Of educators, teachers, people in higher education, people in higher authority? If the answer is yes, okay, then he's actually, yes, then he was being racist because he knows better and he chose not to. Then again, did he make the game even? But did he even make the game? The people who make the game, are they aware of such education and such things? Most likely not. Most likely not. So, is The Witcher racist for its lack of black people? Because the objective was, well, because I'm not sure, I'm guessing the objective was to be historically accurate, but at the same time, if the objective was to be historically accurate, they just failed at being historically accurate. Which is fine, because it's not public education, right? The understanding of Moors being in medieval Europe is not publicly known, okay? I myself came across books, right? In libraries with people looking at me, wondering if I was in the right scene. I've had books that I take out, and when I put them back, I have to order them through a very strenuous, very complex system of retrieval.
Take a look.
So like, I think I was asking for a loan. I kid you not. My point is that this knowledge is not easily accessed. A group of individuals for not having it. Right? Now, some will talk about the whole racist agenda and how there's a Okay, yeah, sure, but that's not the point. The point is, is the video game racist? You know what would be racist for The Witcher? It's that if it did have black characters, and they were monsters. That would be racist. Like, not monsters as in like actual monsters, but I'm talking like, let's say like all the black people in The Witcher. Let's say they have black people in The Witcher. Vampires. I say they're all vampires, creatures that needed to be killed.
Fight well.
That would be racist. Let's say all the Witchers. Let's say in The Witcher, all the witches were black. That would be racist. And allegorical. Right? But that's not what's happening here. What you have, people ask for the depiction of black people in The Witcher. Like, if The Witcher was to depict black people in big hand, it wouldn't be historically inaccurate to depict black people. That was my rebuttal. This is my rebuttal there to Aftman's video on that specific part. So no, The Witcher could put black people in The Witcher and it would be historically accurate. There were black people during that time. Black people, mixed race people, you know, between black. Asians not so much. But believe it or not, they ventured up there. They ventured. Don't forget that trading and market Speaking of which, you forget that merchants, those people, they travel. And they mix. They travel and they mix. But, fair, there was a rarity to them. The Moors, however, no rarity. No rarity. In fact, there was an entire iconoclasm that failed due to the lack of rarity the Moors have, or are. Yeah. I mean, the fact that we're here talking about them now, I mean, just goes to show that rarity is not rarity, you know? So yeah. But is The Witcher racist? No. But what I really want to get onto is Skyrim. Now Skyrim is something else, and I'll tell you why Skyrim is something else. Because Skyrim has taken a very interesting approach to this. No, honestly, I kid you not. This is interesting. Because in Skyrim, what is this? Those under the sign of the apprentice recover magic faster, but are more subtle to magic damage. No, thank you. But I kid you not. Skyrim, the game with cat people and bloody, what do you call them? With cat people and those bloody. Agronians, the lizard people, with cat people and lizard people, are more accurate as far as their black and white description of Europe. Well, not Europe, but let's just say of the Nord area of Skyrim. Then people don't, then... Well... Because, oh my goodness, I'm talking about the game with these people, the game with the high elves. It's still more historically accurate as far as it's thinking with black and white people than most games, right? But you wouldn't call Skyrim racist, of course not, because of that diversity, right? There's some point in the argument here where I'm supposed to show you how Skyrim, in fact, is racist, but it's not. Not really. I mean, it is, but it's not. Like, racism is an aspect in the game, but it's not to tell you that the game is racist. It's more so as a set of scenarios for you to... it's really a setting, okay? Skyrim is... because Skyrim is a setting, and you are the actual opinion of Skyrim, if you get what I'm saying. Skyrim the game. See, Skyrim the game is a setting, and you, the player, give it its opinion. Right? So if you go for racist views in Skyrim, then okay, Skyrim's racist. If you are more inclusive oh gosh.
Maik wishes you well.
If you are more global view, oh, I don't like these words, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? Skyrim has a level of respect for each culture it presents, while at the same time giving it diversity, right? And so Skyrim the game, that's not Skyrim, that's Elder Scrolls. And so Skyrim the Elder Scrolls gives you, you know, everyone their separate thing, you know, and diversity. And then Skyrim gives you a setting in which you are able to now then, able to, you know, properly make your opinions, make your decisions. You know, your view shape the world. All that jargon. You know what I'm saying. Alright? But the gaming industry, though, is the gaming industry as a whole racist?
Take a look.
The gaming industry as a whole. Is the gaming industry as a whole racist? Of course. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Well, no, because look, that argument is the gaming industry racist. You're basically by saying the gaming industry is racist, and just by saying society is racist, and everything society does is racist. And so because society is racist, therefore everything created by society is racist, and so the gaming industry is racist. That's the only argument you could make. That is the only. That is how you can only make it. That's the only way you can make an argument for the video game industry being racist, or for video games being racist. That's the only way. That's the only way. But then you have to explain why in Skyrim I'm a red guard wearing orcish armor. You know what? This is not the best. This is not the best example because orcs aren't real and Khajiits aren't real. But I could always go to, you know, real places and make that example better. But you guys get what I'm saying. Here I am, a red guard, aka a Moor, right? Who is going to the more Nordic side of Skyrim. And I talk there with Nords and Imperials, right? Fellow Romans, who are the Imperials, and then you also have the Nords, who are like the Imperials, but let's just say a different tribe. Let's use that. Yeah, that's actually very accurate. I'm trying to stay away from certain vocabulary. As you can see, this like the history of all this goes back very, very deep, and it's very controversial. As some of you, if there's a comment section, I'm sure someone has already commented something. And so the controversy is there, and that's fair. And the controversy is gonna be there. Okay, we live in an imperial society. And by imperial, yeah, imperial's fine, yeah. We live in an imperial society, right? And, you know, certain things can't have to live. But it's an imperial society to maintain itself as the empire and stay above to its belief. Right? It will, you know, keep people in mental spaces that allow them to stay on top, and the others to stay below. So that's the concept there. Are video games racist? No, not inherently. I think in Africa though, with Resident Evil. That was questionable. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. Don't get triggered. It's just unfortunate. And I'll tell you, to be honest, I'll be honest here. You guys want to hear a secret? You guys want to know a secret? The whole thing with the African zombies and Resident Evil, that's got nothing to do about how white people see them. Actually, it's about how black people feel about themselves. You ever thought about that? Because I'll tell you something. Society says, yes. There's definitely some zombification. I tell you. After I've seen two black people. Dare I say it? I can't even call them black. Yes, I would. I saw two black people. Two niggas. I can say these things. Real talk. That's what 2, right? 2 stroke into H&M during the entire, there was the, what's it called? During the whole boycott thing of H&M, controversy is what I'm looking for. Controversy over the monkey, coolest monkey in the jungle shirt. I saw 2 niggas walk up in there, okay, scratching their bums, jumping up and down and howling like monkeys. I kid you not. So when you're talking about Resident Evil 5 zombification, oh, there is definitely an insecurity there. Believe me, after seeing niggas do that, I am very insecure about my blackness. No, I'm joking. No, actually, I have much pride in myself, as well. Every human should have pride in themselves and recognize the pros and cons and the goods and the bads that they have in society. Okay? And which is kind of the point of this idea of misrepresentation of video games, because most video games is fantasy. Isn't not anymore, actually, probably not anymore. But the point is that there's a lot of video games that go into the fantasy aspect, and really that's the only aspect people complain. Come on, right? People complain about the medieval setting, right? And people make that complaint, but people make that complaint without the education of the situation. That's not to say like, oh yeah, because you know it's only white people in Europe. Of course not. That's an uneducated answer. Educated is not the right word. Not educated. That's just an uninformed answer. Okay. Uninformed. Uneducated. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, the point is that, no, of course, there were black people during medieval times. There were black people in medieval Europe, Poland, England especially, Italy especially, right? Greece especially. Where else? The point is that, yeah, look, in the there were Spartans that were black. Now granted, to be fair, Spartans were hiring mercenaries. They had slave mercenaries and slave soldiers, and mercenary soldiers from like dude, this whole thing about Spartan 300, yo, Spartans fight. They hire fighters. Okay? I'm just saying. Like that just needs to be put up there first. Okay, just need to put that out. I've been about the whole 300 story for a while. Okay, but 300 Spartans, guys, please, those are not Spartans. Okay, Spartans, no. Those were all hired mercenaries, or not hired mercenaries. Hired is the wrong word. Okay, but please understand, okay, those were others, were non-Spartans forced to be in that army, okay? Okay, please understand that. Forced, raised up, indoctrinated to be in the army, okay? I almost went on a tangent there, and I had to put myself back. Come back to the topic. So yeah, going back to the topic now. Okay, I've joined the faction. Coming back to the topic, right? With actually, coming back to the topic. Yes, with the orc stem. Sorry, not the orcs. But yeah, going back to the topic. What can we do? Okay, so we got what's the objective? The objective was to go congratulations. Yes, you can make an historically accurate game and include black people if you're going into the medieval history, right? If it's pre, you know, if it's pre-color, if it's gosh, I'm forgetting all my words right now. Sorry, I'm like trying to do two things at once and it's not working. If you're doing a setting which is pre-Spanish Inquisition, you can have black people in your game, and even if it's after. Okay, you can have a few, obviously a lot less. You do not have to feel like you're okay, nice to chew there. But yes, you can have...
Help!
You can have the Spanish Inquisition. I mean, before the Spanish Inquisition, yes, you can have black people. Not a lot of black people. I'm safe here. That, my friend, was scary. Yes, you can. And it's not pandering. Right, every time you like, I wish you guys. It's if we all were educated in the truth and in history, right? If we were educated in truth and history, we could enjoy.
I am staying out of this.
We could probably enjoy these mediums, right? Like for example, when you were watching, The Witcher, Netflix, and they made all the characters not black in the video game, but they made them black in this one. Historically speaking, yes. That is what a black person looks like, a black woman looks like in medieval times. Right? A lot of them mixed. Whether it be from their fathers or their mothers, right? Marrying down with the more... What was the term I used? Did I use Caucasian? Let's use Caucasian. With their Caucasian brothers versus... I should say cousins, because it's Caucasian cousins versus their Moorish brothers. There's lots of diversity, lots of intermingling. You forget, Rome was a very inclusive empire. Okay? Very inclusive empire. Centurions, black centurions in the Roman Empire, in the Roman Legion. Many, a lot. Hell, I mean, have you guys even read the Bible? Actually, let me not bring the Bible up in this discussion. I'm gonna go too controversial for you guys. The point is that yes, there are black people in medieval times, and it is not pandering to put black people in, you know, your medieval setting. In fact, it's historically accurate. But then again, at the same time, if you don't, or no, let me say it like this: if you didn't, and you were trying to be historically accurate, and you didn't do it, is it racist? Let's chop it up for you not knowing. You didn't know. You didn't intend for it to be racist, therefore it was racist. We'll do that. We can allow that, right? But now that I have sparked this thing in your head, now that you've watched this video, watched a portion of this video, heard my words, you must now research. And I'm not talking about going to a quick forum where you have some person quickly dismissing, because there's a forum, there's everywhere you go, there's always someone who's a quick dismissal of every single thing, right? No, I mean actually look, research. There are many pictures and artifacts and things of that nature. Many books, some now that you can get for free, which you couldn't before. On the subject, look at these things, research, become educated, truly, and get a proper understanding of the world that we are trying to create. We'll try to recreate, really, because it's a lot more diverse than you think, a lot more inclusive than you may understand. You know, I should have called this guy. I had a name for this guy. I should have called this guy right here. I made his name. I think I made it Azariah. I should have called him Vladimir. Because to call him Vladimir would be historically accurate. And I'll leave you with that. Okay? I like these fantasy games in this setting that allow me to create a customized character because it lets me recreate a part of that history. If I'm ever just the one person, if I'm ever just the one black person, then in a medieval setting, then I call myself William. I call myself William Stewart. Yeah. I know there's a very educated person who's watching this and heard me say that, and immediately just got scared, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll leave it right there. I'm not here to make everyone, I'm not here to make everyone woke. No, of course not. No, that would be inconvenient. My point is that, my point is that for the people who, cause look, I'm not a SJW kind of person, and I honestly don't care. I don't care about this world and what people decide to do in it anymore. Look, I'm the kind of guy who's waiting for World War III, and this entire world and this empire to go on so we can have the next one. Okay, that's the guy I am. Okay, so I'm not worried about all this stuff. What you guys do is up to you. But to help make things a bit more peaceful, because if it by all means be possible, be peaceable with all man, if it would help, that's what I'm here for. Give some clarification. Okay, now hopefully I haven't said, oh gosh, I look ugly and disgusting. I have to go to Riften now. Hopefully I haven't said so much to where now it's required that I cannot become successful on YouTube. I hope, I try to stay away from certain things, right? William Stewart. I'm also making a threat that I will use my digital marketing knowledge to properly, tell this history if I am not immediately boosted on YouTube, because I can do that. I can do that very possibly. So, hopefully this video will now get me a lot of approval from the algorithm, because I just blackmailed the entire algorithm and YouTube and its owners, Polish, Jewish, all of them, that boost my shit.
Take a look.
I'll spill the beans. Oh, don't get mad. Anyway, so I can be a little bit more vocal. Time comes across as the sky raises. But yeah, so guys, look, is there an inherent racism in video games? Look, there's only an inherent. If there is, it's because the people who made them have inherited racism, which, to be fair, a little bit of all of us have. I mean, even black people towards their goddamn selves, and non-whites. Honestly, that looks weird. Stop it. If you're one of those black people, stop it. It looks weird, and you're hurting yourself. It's not functional. If you're gonna be racist to everybody. Okay. You got some black people over here. They racist to everyone but white people. Racist to themselves, but not white people. You got white people racist to everybody, but black people. Just like guys, look. Either you're racist or you're not. There's no in between. Okay. There's no. Just like, I don't get this. I get that there's, like, what do you call them? weeaboos and things of that nature, where you know, when you're in that sense, people who question whether or not you think of Asians superior to everyone else, think of a race outside of everyone else, which, you know, I want to say that's healthy, but it's not. It's not. It's not unless you have honest and very true. Where does this thing take me to jail, I wonder? I'm at the top of the mountain. Wow. But yeah, and so going back there now. That's interesting. That's the first time that's happened. What the f? That scared me. Guys, that scared me. I didn't like that at all. Oof, is there any way to get down without dying? Whee. There we go. There we go. I did it. I got down without dying. Congratulations, mate. And now, oh gosh, this is not how horse looked back in the day. Oh, that nose. Oof, that nose. It's not that that nose is not a black nose. It doesn't bother me because it's not a black nose. It bothers me because it's not my nose. My Pacific tribe of blackness does not have this nose. No, this is a Issachar looking. Not that it's ugly. I'm not saying that it's ugly. I'm not saying it's ugly, okay? I'm just saying with the other proportions that I've made according to how I look and the people of my tribe look, right? Small eyes, okay? You see how the nose is long, but it's not as wide, right? But it points down, making kind of like a lion nose in a certain way. Well, that's not how it looks, but this is what I tried, right? Very long lips, long chin with a beard, okay? Eyes, very large foreheads, but not too large, okay? The edge up is still in the front, not the top. Anyway, point being, so don't get distraught about please don't get distraught about racism in video games, okay? Because look, yes, there's an inherent racism
Maik knows much.
because of those people who are inherently racist.
Maik knows many things others do not.
But that does not mean video games are absolutely racist, okay? You get what I'm saying? So just, guys, chill out. Just chill, okay? Old video games are going to be made with an old style. New video games are going to be made with a new style. That's the way it is. Okay? That's the way it is. Old video games have an old style that reflect the minds and the time of the minds, while the newer ones, well, whatever, you know? And if you try to make something that is historically accurate, you will, you know, kind of avoid all those things and do what is accurate. Yeah. Gosh, I hope that made a whole bunch of sense. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on playing this game, and you are welcome to watch. But the or you can stay and watch me conquer this thing here. It's round 2. I think I got my mods just right to where it will no longer break on me. Actually, to be honest, I think I will go like this. Yes. Yes, I will leave like what you guys think. If you think I should do a more, you know, kind of more, not in depth, but you know, more polished video of this, let me know. Like and put it down in the comments, or dislike and put it down in the comments what you guys think. Because you're always welcome to dislike, but you're not welcome to dislike and say nothing. No, you must dislike and say something. Explain why, and just ask for a better explanation if you need it. You want some proof? I can put some proof. I have to buy some books before I do so. Because every time there's one of these things where people buy books, I notice the prices go up. You know, so I have to go buy the books before I display the books. But they're there, and I can give you some citations. The history lesson. But yeah, I'm not citing anything without buying stuff. Okay, time to go in undercover.
Lock the city gate.
Get over here. Just need to get inside. Oh no, quickly.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for someone. Anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire heavy.
I'm just a hobo. Don't bother me. Oh, it's following me. Oh no. I'm outside.
Delight. Radiant Raiment has the finest attire in all of Skyrim. That is how we get business. It is when my customers waste time chatting and not buying.
What time is it? Oh, shop is closed. Oh, someone died.
It shouldn't have been like this.
I'll do it. Need something?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
What?
Let's see. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
How did you find me? Very well.
Yeah? You change your mind? The Dawn Guard could use somebody like you.
Fine.
Ha! Isran's going to like you. Go talk to him at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften. He'll decide if you're Dawn Guard material.
Okay. You know, I don't know if the voices are loud, so I'm gonna turn up some. It's gonna go to the settings, change the audio, turn up the voices. If the music's in space, footsteps as well, just turn everything up. Maybe turn the monster down for a while. Let's start with the voices and there we go. I'm going to Riften after all.
If you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit. Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should come by our shop, Radiant Raiment. We could fix you right up.
Lady, you're wearing pants. Don't talk to me about
Remember
style.
Radiant Raiment when you need a change of attire.
What are those? What are those? Lady, you're wearing pants.
Keep your hands to yourself.
It's medieval England. You look like a man. Wait, this is not Skyrim.
I've got a little work if you're interested, traveler.
Whoa. Anyway, moving on. I am Yuki, I'm undercover. I'm supposed to appear as nothing more than a bug.
Let's see if we can't find an outfit that suits you.
Let's see, I just want to buy it, to be honest.
Oh, let me just drop everything to help you. I don't mind, really.
Byzantine Empire. Now, to be fair, you know, when you go, oh, is it working? Oh, finally it works. Yes, my mod, it works. Yes, wonderful. But what was I saying? Listen, if you go back to going back to the previous discussion, not really going to that discussion, but just hitting on something I said there about Moors and whatnot. You see. And something I just said now about, you know, the Byzantine look. You see, there were Moors all throughout the Byzantine Empire. I think people forget. Well, like I said, you were never really taught, so you wouldn't know. Right? These articles of history are not available to you, and that is okay because it's not your fault. But anyway, point is that the Byzantine Empire was filled with Moors, run by Moors in fact, to the point where the Moors themselves ran themselves out. And by ran themselves out, I mean the Moors themselves, they simply, well, they just simply bred themselves out from being black. Now for me, personally, as long as your father's doesn't matter how far you want to go, is black, then by all means I will consider you black. That's a very unpopular viewpoint I have. Don't expect it to be shared. Right? And so going on with the Moors, Vladimir, what's his name? Not Vladimir Putin, hold your horses. What's his name? Yes, Vlad the Impaler, right? The, you know, Order of the Dragon. He's a Moor. Fought against the Ottoman Turks. Hello. Well, okay. No, the point is he's a Moor. You could look up his actual painting, not the whitewashed one by what's his face. No, the actual painting. Not even joking. But I thought that was obvious. I mean, he kind of had black features. You guys see Europeans with eyes like that? Come on, guys. Even in the whitewashed version, it looks odd. Can we not admit that it looks odd? For a white person to look like this? Come on. Now, that being said, what about the Patucci family? Gucci? Patucci? I don't know. They're an Italian Jewish family. Wait, are they Jewish? They're an Italian family. Point is, they come from Moors also. By all means, they are black. I had to put emphasis on black because it's I don't use the term to describe myself, to be honest. I do for the sake of communication, but not. It's just stupid. Anyway, they are considered black, so it's like. Point is, there was a lot more united than you believe. That's all I'm gonna say. And due to the racism of France, America, Germany, who else? France, Spain, Portugal, France, you know, what's it? Dutch? What's the Dutch land? I forgot that name. Oh, Belgium as well, France. You know, there's a lot of race, you know, due to those racisms there. You know, England, also France. You don't know these things. You know, a lot of these archaeologists, you know, they weren't really trying to share their findings, and a lot of them did their best to hit France to hide these findings. And so, don't expect, you know, don't expect, you know, that understanding to be all willy-nilly out of the gate. No, it's not something that you can scream from the top of the towers and everyone's gonna believe you. You know, it's just as one of those truths that everyone doesn't want to think or talk about because it makes everyone uncomfortable. messes with people's, self-identifications with the actual colour of Jesus. And I've said too much. This is the part where I should end the video. Yep, I'm gonna end the video so we don't have to, so we can pretend that this conversation is over. Yes, that is what we're about to do. So guys, if you enjoyed yourself, like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in a couple hours.